for this. This is for again to this bundle. This is for 10.10.10.40. These are how many virtual IP? This is 1, 2 or 3. 3 server mean this we going to configure in your the switch, so you can define this virtual IP, not this subscriber IP. Okay, one IP, and this is second IP, and this is third IP. You can define the switch. So redundancy provided by this. If you fail this server, you can able to access this because the virtual IP going to setting. This is for failover configuration. This server going to take care about that. Okay. Other than the same thing, if this server fail, so here second server going to take care of that. Like that, same as it is. This is a virtual IP setting. This is going to achieve. So same like that. This is for China also, Philippines also. Same as it is. Virtual IP going to configure over here. Their virtual IP they are binded two servers. Binded one single virtual IP. So that binded two servers. So that same is configured the. If you this China, if the server are fail, we can define this US IP again. This is I just explained about this. So you have the Singapore. It sits up total 4 number of subscriber. Okay. So just to give example, the 4 number of subscriber means how many virtual IP? There are 2 virtual IP. Okay, because one or virtual IP over to configure over here. Okay, this is a 10.10.10.20, and this is virtual IP 10.20.10.30. Okay. Second one is China. There are 2 servers. Example. So you can bind the one virtual IP 10.20.20.20. Okay. Third one is Philippines. You can bind the 2 server IP 10.30.30.30. Okay. So you have this. It is a single cluster in the all the server. Okay. So if you configure the redundancy about the all the China and the Singapore and Philippines, so you can configure the when going to configure in the switch. So you can configure the radius server IPs. First one is 10.10.10.20 US IP. Second 10.10.10.30. For this is for US. For this redundancy, you can provide the 20.20.20 China IP. Fourth IP is Philippines for redundancy 30.30.30. So this is server if you fail, so they are taking about the China IP. Again China also fails, we're going to check the Philippines. But the primary the IP we're going to go the nearest server. Nearest server for US, this is for 2 servers the nearest server. Okay. When going to configure the China, so you can configure this is the first. Okay, this is second, and this is first, second, then third. Because what is the nearest server? When endpoint going to sitting here, so that what is the nearest location about the endpoint reaching to this? China, what is the nearest? The China is a.
Where do we configure these groups? Like primary, secondary.
In this, yes. This is for we are binding the group in the ClearPass. This is group going to configure the in the ClearPass, and this configuration configure the radius configuration group from the switch end. I will tell you about when going to lab now. That time I told you, but I was going to over about this. This is for traffic distribution about the radius. This is a traffic distribution of radius. But only the condition is all the connectivity in the China, Philippines, and the US should be interconnected with the help of MPLS or whatever any as the connectivity should be connected. So that only able to access able to access the communicate the all the agent or in radius also communicate with each other. In the cluster, that means connectivity with should be